How high can Synthetix go this year? Let's discuss it. It's 2021 and as we can all see, the cryptocurrency market is in full force of its current bull run. Amazing gains are being made all over the space, with all-time high after all-time high being set almost every single week by not only individual cryptos, but the entire crypto space. The whole cryptocurrency market cap is currently at around $2 trillion, which is roughly double what it was this time last month, and it doesn't seem likely that anything is going to stop anytime soon. The bull run will most likely continue for the next 6 months or so according to the Golden Bull Cycle ratio, which predicts the lengths of bull markets based on the distance of time between them, the bear market and the Bitcoin halving and subsequent bull run. Synthetix is one cryptocurrency that is likely to benefit massively from the continued run of the cryptocurrency market. In the previous 3 cycles, this has been incredibly accurate in predicting the bull market's eventual collapse, and this often happens when a final euphoric run-up in price triggers the bear market, or a large correction the bull market cannot recover from. Many think that this time will be different, and that the bull market could continue for a few years due to institutional investment amongst other factors. In either instance, smart investors will be prepared for both eventualities. Said smart investors will very likely be taking profits on the way up and on the way down in the market in order to minimize the risk to their investments should the market turn against them. At some point the bull market will end because it cannot go on forever. However, the data suggests that there is still around 6 months or so left of the bull market remaining, meaning there is still a good amount of time to make some great gains in the crypto space, especially with altcoins. Today we're taking a deep dive on Synthetix and giving a price prediction of how high the crypto could go this year, depending on the pump of the bull run as a whole. Make sure to watch the video till the end for all the essential information. This is not financial advice and is for entertainment purposes only. We always stress that you do your own due diligence. Please like and subscribe for daily videos and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. YouTube does gatekeep some cryptocurrency content, so to get access to this time-sensitive information immediately, make sure to turn on all notifications. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, you can sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're going to be posting there more regularly with weekly and monthly coin calls and also in-depth research of more obscure altcoins, so if that's something you're interested in, please check it out. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. Synthetix is a project that has performed extremely well in the past year when taking a look at the charts. This time last year it was valued at around 60 cents, before the boom of DeFi that saw Synthetix start to take off over the summer of 2020. It over 10x'd in this time before it cooled off, but the emergence of the bull run really saw incredible price action for Synthetix, with it running to an all-time high in February of almost $30 before a pullback into the $18 to $25 range, where it's been consolidating for some time now. If you'd have bought Synthetix 1 year ago today, it would be up almost 50x at the peak and over 25x from this time of this recording, where the current price is around $20. It seems likely that Synthetix is going to continue its extremely promising returns as time goes on, and this is a project with a massive amount of potential targeting a huge market in the world. Synthetix as a whole has performed extremely well this past year, but has struggled in price action in the past few months, which is most likely due to its heavy affiliation with Ethereum. Ethereum is a project that has really been suffering from its own success, due to its older technology not being able to scale effectively. Ethereum has housed the DeFi and NFT crazes almost single-handedly in the past year or so, and these sectors are continuing to boom, especially with the publicity of the bull run. The problem with this is that Ethereum's current network architecture is not scaling well at all, and is causing huge congestion and fees on their network. Their plans to implement Ethereum 2.0 are in the works, but it's not clear how long this will take them to upgrade their network, and it's unknown how long these issues could last without the much needed upgrade. Synthetix is built on Ethereum, and its price action seems to match that of Ethereum very neatly in the past few months, which is suggesting that investors are not sure about the short term of Synthetix currently, which is leading to some frustration price for said investors. However, it seems very likely that Synthetix will continue to pump soon, and many smart investors may see a consolidation period for Synthetix as a good opportunity to buy. With a market cap of around $2 billion, it still has an absolutely massive amount of potential to grow in this bull run, and could easily 10 or 20x in the remainder of the bull run, provided it gets the sufficient pump it needs in the short term. It seems like the price action of Synthetix has been suppressed as a result of Ethereum, but this likely will not last with the macro trend of the bull market to consider. When looking at Synthetix objectively, we always look on this channel for the 2 key pillars of adoption for success in the long term. which are use case and adoption. Use case is the solution that a cryptocurrency provides to a problem, or the utility that it gives to improve a specific outcome. Adoption is how much the cryptocurrency is actually in use, and also how much it will be used in the future. When you take a look at Synthetix, you can see that its use case presents an incredible opportunity to get kinds of exposure to all kinds of world markets from within the cryptocurrency space, and may encourage new adoption into the cryptosphere as a result. With the value of the derivatives market currently anywhere between $600 trillion to $1.2 quadrillion, there is a vast market out there for Synthetix to capture a share of, and with a current market cap of around $2 billion, with increased adoption in the future, you can easily see how the project could absolutely explode in the coming years as it starts to get more and more adoption for its use case. It's already established itself as a top 50 cryptocurrency for some time, and more adoption in the future will likely start to see it climb the ranks. Synthetix is considered an altcoin blue chipper by many analysts, and when you look at Synthetix from this perspective, you can start to see why. The market it's targeting is vast, and it doesn't seem unlikely that as more users are onboarded not only into the cryptocurrency but Synthetix specifically, they'll start to see the benefits of this incredible platform, leading to massive growth. Blockchain presents unique opportunities to users that are not currently found in the world today, which is one of the reasons that we're so bullish on the protocol. Because blockchain is worldwide and continuous, meaning that there are no downtimes of markets or geopolitical restrictions on who can trade what, a huge amount of capital in the world is unlocked into the global market. Currently there are heavy restrictions in the UK on derivatives markets, and these have been fully removed from most exchanges for cryptocurrency and for other Eastern markets as a result, which just shows that even as one of the leading countries in the world, the UK are pumping the brakes on potentially trillions of dollars of value in trading. These sorts of problems are rampant around the world, mostly due to political restrictions on certain stocks not being available in certain locations, but this is something that blockchain technology solves for easily. Provided you have an internet connection, a device, and a means to on-ramp currency into the cryptocurrency universe, then you can make use of the amazing utility provided at any time, from anywhere, to access almost any market to trade. The value of this is hard to quantify due to the increase of velocity of money by orders of magnitude, due to the extreme ease of access to the global economy, and will likely have untold benefits to less developed countries, especially in parts of the world such as Africa, where opportunities are less prevalent for various reasons. Being able to access this world of money available could truly revolutionize the world in many areas, and genuinely change the world in a significant way. Synthetix is an amazing way for users to do this, because they can mint Synthetix tokens of virtually any asset and then speculate on the price, and because it's fully decentralized, there won't be anyone to pull the plug if people start to do too well. No maintenance or downtime for the markets means that an incredible amount of new utility can be offered all around the world, and with mass adoption this could be huge for Synthetix. When looking at the technical analysis for Synthetix for a moment, it's clear that since the highs of almost $27 in February, Synthetix has fallen into a consolidation period for the past months, which again lines up well with the price action for Ethereum as well. Looking at the 3-month chart, Synthetix has double bottom tested a resistance at around $16 level and found good support there, and it seems unlikely that the price will fall beyond this point. In the past week, the price action seems more positive for Synthetix, with it running up to around $22 before falling back into the $16 to $20 range again. The chart suggests that this has been happening for some time, and a lot of consolidation is happening waiting for a catalyst in the market, but the recent bullish sentiment for altcoins might be the momentum needed for Synthetix to break out of its current trend. In the past 2 months, Synthetix seems to be bouncing off a resistance at $22 to $23, and if this can be broken in the next few weeks, putting an end to its ranging motion, we could see Synthetix challenge its all-time high again at $26 and move up further as a result. If this happens, Synthetix will be in price discovery mode again, meaning that price could quickly turn to $30 to $40 easily in the next month or so if this happens. If Synthetix can put itself in a good position towards the end of the run, the final parabola in the movement of the market could see huge gains for Synthetix once we reach the peak. Synthetix mints tokens called synths which then track an underlying asset one for one, in the same way that any derivative in the market would, through the use of Chainlink's Oracle technology. This allows for anyone in the market to speculate on the price action of anything that they like, and this is one thing that humans love to do most. Synthetix is targeting the derivatives market, which is an absolutely astronomical in value. Derivatives in themselves are simply an agreement between two parties on whether or not the price of an asset will go up or down, and which party will benefit in either instance. An example of a derivative might be when someone buys a stock through an app such as Robinhood, The users will very rarely actually own the underlying asset that they've just bought, but they'll just own a representation of the asset, or a derivative. These services are often the middlemen for the actual market makers behind the scenes who buy and hold the assets for the middlemen and then sell them to investors as derivatives. Derivatives then track the underlying asset with whichever agreement is decided on by the parties. There are all manner of different agreements that two parties can decide upon, including leverage positions with the tokens themselves. For example, there are already tokens that exist such as 3x long XRP, which gives the incredible chance of upside for investors, but also massively increases the amount of risk to their capital as well. When you combine this agreement with the use of leverage for the amount of capital that the exchange allows the users to trade with, the derivatives market cap overall becomes incredibly high, and this is something that Synthetix is offering to its users. Synthetix allows for tokens of any kind, including leveraged ones, to be created and traded on their dedicated DEX, or decentralized exchange, called Quenta. Quenta allows for users to trade their tokens in for other tokens such as stablecoins to cash in their profits. Derivatives markets at their heart are all based on speculation, and this is something that Synthetix aims to target with its protocol. When you take a look at Synthetix, you can start to get an idea of how high Synthetix could go this year. Despite the recent consolidation in the price action, which will likely be a concern to investors, we're still very bullish on Synthetix on this channel. If it can break out of its current consolidation, it's easy to imagine that a project as good as Synthetix could easily 10 to 100x in this bull run, depending heavily on the pump that happens in the next few months, when it's positioned by the time the market becomes parabolic, and also whether Ethereum manages to alleviate some of the issues they are facing as well. For this bull market, Synthetix still looks very bullish, but in the long term, Synthetix really does look like a blue chipper that could have a massive valuation. As we've mentioned before, Synthetix would have to do thousands of multiples in value to capture just 1% of the total derivatives market of the world. And whilst this may not happen, or not straight away, it's still an amazing reason to be bullish as an investor in Synthetix. Ethereum is likely going to top $1 trillion this year, and if Synthetix 200x'd, its market cap would be around 200 billion. Whilst it seems unreasonable now, it's important to remember that the whole crypto space is going to grow massively. And it's easy to imagine that Synthetix could reach a market cap of around $50 to $100 billion this year. That would be a 25 to 50x from the current price, giving Synthetix a price per token of around $500 to $1,000 per token. So what are your thoughts on Synthetix? Do you think it will hit $500 to $1,000 in 2021? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, your price prediction for Synthetix in the future, and your reasons why you are or aren't bullish on this project. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, you can sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, where you can get access to our private Discord. Currently only 20% of viewers are subbed, and we'd love to see our community grow more, so please hit the big red button. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.